Okay, so this one we are going to use our clear transparent paper that has the butterfly printed on it, and our tissue paper and tape. If you have some tape, it's good to stick it down, or if you have sticky tack, that's what I use at school, but I don't have that here. And some scissors. So if your child can use them, they can do it. So there's a little bit of prep time before we get your kid involved. So we're going to take some tape and roll it. And we're going to tape the butterfly paper down. And we're going to want it so that the sticky side is up when we take this backing off. So tape that down, and then we're going to take the backing off. So if you fold a corner, usually you can get backing off. Okay. Okay. It's a little hard to see my butterfly outline, but it doesn't matter. So the other step you can do beforehand is take your tissue paper and cut it into smaller pieces. Your child can help if you have scissors that they can use, but I'll show you another way to do this if they can't. So I always just fold it and then cut strips. So even if your child does have some ability to cut, but not a whole lot, you can cut it into these strips and then just hand over hand get your child to help you just cut them into little pieces like this. Now, if that's not an option, another thing you can do is just take your tissue paper and have your child help you just rip pieces. So you can just rip them off like that. Or if neither of those work, you might want to just either cut or rip the pieces up and put them in little piles, and then just have your child help you stick them on. So basically we're just going to take our paper, stick it on everywhere, and don't worry about staying in the lines because we're going to cut that out. So we're just going to make a really colorful butterfly. So you can rip more pieces and stick them on, and of course sometimes we have to do hand over hand, so help your child to go pick them up, put them down, pick it up, put it down, pat them down. They can overlap, they can be whatever you want. So we're going to color this all, fill this all in, and then I'll just do that and I'll be right back. So I've kind of covered mine in. So what you're going to want to do is you can have your child help you pat them down. You also want to make sure that you kind of go over top of the lines so that you're coloring outside of the lines. Just makes it easier. So sometimes after the kids help, I just go along and sort of fill in any little spots, just to make sure we've got everything covered. And your kid can help pat them down. The other thing I didn't mention, if your child can sit at the table, that's great, but not all of our kids can. So sometimes, you know, if our child is in a wheelchair and they have the wheelchair tray, then we will stick this right onto the wheelchair tray and do it right there. Otherwise, you could take a cookie sheet. I use them lots of times in the classroom, so I just take a cookie sheet and stick this onto the cookie sheet, and then you kind of have a tray that you can move wherever you are. So at home, maybe your child is on the couch, so you can just take it to them there and have them complete the craft there. So once we have it all covered, got everything on there, a couple little spots here. We take this up, and then on the back side you can see the outline. So all we're going to do is cut the outline of our butterfly. Once again, if your child can help, this is a great scissor skills task. But if they can't, then this is something you can just do afterwards. Give your child a break from sitting and attending to this task. Some of our students don't like to sit for very long. And this doesn't all have to be done at once. So there's lots of times in the classroom that we will start a craft with a child, and we'll have them do a bit, and if we notice that they're getting frustrated and they want to get up and move around, we'll let them go move around. We'll bring them back, do a little bit more. Sometimes we do a little bit of filling in ourselves, but we always bring the kid back to finish, so that they finish the craft and they do the ending of it. So even sometimes if they can't sit for the whole thing and we have to do a little bit of the middle pieces, then they always come back and complete. So then they know that they're completed and that they are all done. So we're going to finish cutting this out. It's a little hard with the sticky bits still. Get some of those off there. And of course at school we have adapted scissors. So even if our kids can't hold the scissors like this, we have ones that are board scissors. So the scissors are mounted on a board and they just have to press down while we put the paper under in between the scissor blades. We also have what are called loop scissors, so instead of being like this, it's just one big loop, so all they have to do is squeeze. If that's something you're interested in ordering for yourself at home, let me know. I can send you a few links. Amazon's pretty good at carrying all sorts of those kinds of things now too, so you don't have to order from the specialty catalogs as much. So we'll finish cutting this out. And sometimes our students just like to sit and watch us when we're cutting this out if they can't even help. And we can talk about all the different colors that we used. Can you see the pink and the purple and the green and the yellow? Hopefully we'll get to start seeing some butterflies soon. Alright, so there we have our little colorful butterfly. So you can stick it on your window and have the sun shine through it, have a little stained glass butterfly on your window. So if you do, once you finish this craft, I would love to see a picture of your finished butterfly up on your window.